a 10-day mission trip, we will probably see, I'm guessing, 800 to 1,200 people, which is awesome. But we're putting on a lot of Band-Aids.
We're treating a lot of parasites, teaching to boil water. And a lot of them seem to know to do that, but it's not convenient, or for whatever reason, they just aren't taking the precautions that they need to really keep their health up.
It's a lot of diabetes, we have a lot of arthritis. They're still washing clothes by hands in the river, carrying stuff on their heads. We may not always be able to give them long-term things, but we can give them at least a couple weeks worth and show them what they need and try to educate them.
These people have absolutely nothing. And when you get sick of diarrhea or a temperature, people die.
Right now, there is one aide in this area for 25 counties.
A lot of people in the outlying areas, particularly the Indian people that speak other dialects such as Quechua, cannot afford or cannot get rides into town.
When someone graduates as a true nurse, not just an aide or a healthcare worker, none of them go out into the small communities.
Most of the people from around here want to stay here. They don't want to go and work in the city. But many times that's the only place where you can go to work.
There are no nursing education programs in Guatemala at any level that are educating nurses to work in rural clinics.
You have clinics that were built by the government, but it's just a building, there's nothing in it. Why? Because they don't have a professional to work there.
There's going to come a time when we can't come to Guatemala. So we've been really focused on finding those programs which can perpetuate themselves in the community and thus give long-term help.
Development is really the key. You need to educate the public, and you need people that speak their language, people that they know, people that are familiar with, to come in and work on those issues.
We struggled as how we could rotate medical teams through here maybe 4 or 5 times a year, and it just didn't seem possible. And out of that grew, hey, what would happen if we have a school of nursing?
We visited other nursing schools and we thought, well, they told us, in fact, the process takes about 3 years.
Our goal is to staff these local small clinics with high quality nurses that will have an overall strong patient outcome.
We're like, yeah, we do, because you don't want to turn that down.
The government had never before approved a nursing school to any entity other than the government itself.
To me, it was a wonderful God thing that he was wanting to start a program here in rural Guatemala to train and educate nurses to work in rural clinics.
We're really excited about the idea of a nursing school in this region of Guatemala, where nurses can be educated on public health issues. They can be educated on how to treat some of these really common things like deworming and treating diarrhea from parasites.
We project that at the end of 3 years, beginning in the fourth year, it will be self-sustaining.
God has answered the need for faculty. The only 2 faculty we need the first semester, and we already have leads on other faculty from Texas and another lady who just retired from Monte Morelos University who is interested in volunteering.
The school is now going to be able to train nurses who are going to be able to go and serve in these different communities. So instead of just a team from the United States coming forward for 1 week, you know, these different communities are going to be able to have a nurse assigned to each community.
God is providing in wonderful ways in starting up this program that most of us would believe not possible.
I see this nursing program evangelizing all of Guatemala.
The Adventist Church taking a role here, especially when considering the nursing program, would have a profound impact on the area. We could really position ourselves as leaders in health and ministry.
When you go into a community and actually relieve the suffering of people, helping them with their physical needs, it's just the way Jesus did it. That's what he did.
I think that's the greatest evidence of our God, is that He loves us and He makes it so we can love others and have some degree of selflessness, because as humans we're so selfish. So hopefully people see that we're here because we have that love. It's coming from us and we want to give it to them.
This is a time for us as God's people to shine, and shine every part of the world that we can.
How do we fund this program? Get in touch with Mission Guatemala. Mission Guatemala is channeling all the funds into this program, and that's going to be a big help.